What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video, we're bringing Victini, Tangrowth, and Registeel to the Great League Remix Cup. Alright, getting into the first battle here, we have Victini on the lead versus Stunfisk. Not the best of matchups for us on the lead, so we're going to go ahead and swap into that Registeel. Registeel is such a nice safe swap in this meta, having access to Grass Knot and Stone Edge, and that Stone Edge is going to come in so clutch against the flyers like Crobat, as we see swapping in right here. What's cool about the Grass-type Pokemon I'm running is they have great coverage. Rock Slide on Tangrowth, Stone Edge on Registeel. We're going to be forcing Shield. So we're going to go ahead and no shield this first charge move. It is going to be the Cross Poison. Only does neutral damage to us, and we should be able to get to another Stone Edge relatively quickly, and we do. This might just force the second shield now from the Crobat. And we do get the second shield, so things are looking pretty good. Getting two shields here on the safe swap. You can't ask for anything more other than landing another Stone Edge, but I don't want to go for switch right here. I want energy advantage, as a Psychic is still going to do a lot against the Stunfisk. So we're going to go ahead and come in with the Victini and just load up on energy. Victini is a glass cannon. It hits incredibly hard, so as long as we can farm down right here, things are looking pretty good. Now they decide to swap back into Stunfisk, forcing my final shield. So that's a good shield pressure swap by them. But thankfully, I can overload on energy and now swap into Tangrowth to catch the next charge move. Tangrowth as well is pretty bulky in its own right. Not the biggest tank out there, but it can hang on, and having Vine Whip and Power Whip right here to tank down the Stunfisk is looking very good. We also have Rock Slide as well. Again, very strong against the Fires and Flyers, which you will be seeing in this meta, or even Ice-type Pokemon. We're going to go ahead and overload on energy and now go for a Power Whip right here to take out the Stunfisk. Again, giving ourselves a little bit of wiggle room with overloading on energy. That way we can get to a Rock Slide here versus the Crobat, which does decide to come back in. So remember, we still have Victini loaded on energy in the back, so we take out the Crobat, and we will see it's actually going to be a Raichu in the back, so they are going to farm us down, which is unfortunate with Charm, but we do have a V-Create locked and loaded to start off game one with a beautiful neutral boom. Boom! Takes out the Raichu, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. Alright. Moving into the next one, we have Victini on the lead versus Tropius. Okay, so pretty decent lead for us, and honestly, our whole team has good coverage here to Tropius with V-Create, Rock Slide, and Stone Edge, so I'm not too worried. What I am concerned about, though, is a potential Registeel in the back. So we're going to go ahead and shield right here. It's just going to be a Leaf Blade. That's just a bad call by me. I thought it was going to be an Aerial Ace, and here comes the next one. So we're going to go ahead and let this one go through, and then we're going to go for the back-to-back V-Creates right here, trying to force two shields from our opponent. So we do get the first V-Create off. We'll have to see if the Tropius is in fact gonna shield right here, and they do. So we're gonna go ahead and go for the second one, force that final shield from our opponent, and then we're going straight into Registeel on the safe swap. So we do get shield number 2. We're gonna swap out right away into Registeel. And let's see what they decide to do. They're deciding to stay in. We're going to go ahead, let this charge move go through. Again, I'm still reading Registeel potentially in the back. Leaf Blade not going to do too much damage. Now, they do swap into Machamp, but what's cool here is Grass Knot does so much damage. Registeel, I know a lot of people don't really use it, but honestly, it's a very good Pokemon. As you guys can see, that's an incredible amount of damage right there for a safe swap, and we do force them to throw their energy. So this is fine by me. I'm going to go ahead and let the Cross Chop go through. Now we're going to come in with Victini and farm down with Confusion. Hopefully, I can get enough energy right here and not lose a shield. And yeah, 2 Confusions will be able to take down the Machamp. And they do bring in the Tropius, which is a big tell that there is a Registeel in the back. So we're going to go ahead and throw the V-Create right here. It lands, and we're going to go ahead and swap out right away. And it's going to be Registeel versus Tangrowth right here. Registeel obviously looking pretty good, going to be resisting Vine Whip and Power Whip, but we do have ourselves shield advantage, and these Power Whips actually add up. We're going to go ahead, and I believe I decided to let this first one, no, I decided to shield the first one. It's going to be the Focus Blast, obviously do a decent amount of damage, but this is going to be a very close endgame as we are facing off against Registeel, the meta Pokemon to beat here in the Remix Cup. So this next Power Whip is going to land, get the Registeel relatively low, and we'll have to see if Tangrowth can survive a Focus Blast. That is what it's going to come down to. Do you think right now it can survive? Can it survive? Yes, it can. Tangrowth, extremely tanky, able to get to the next Power Whip right here, landing for resisted damage. Were you worried watching this? I wasn't worried. We're going to be able to farm down with Vine Whip, and that's going to be a good battle. Very well played. All right, so that shield definitely helped us out right there, but good game. We have Victini now in the lead versus Pelipper. Another bad lead. I can come back into this matchup with energy, so we're going to go straight into Credilli right now, and we will see them swap out into, yet again, another Registeel. So we're going to go ahead and go for Grass Knots right here. We're just going to do as much damage as we can, and this is going to be a different situation to the Crobat that came in, where we're actually not going to be forcing a shield, so we're going to have to give up shield advantage on the back end with Victini in order to gain some kind of advantage with energy. Now they decided to go for Zap Cannon right there, which is an interesting play, as I decided to no shield it. Though it does lower my attack, they're going to have to throw another charge move in order to take me out, which is going to give me time to go for Grass Knot right here to just do a bit more chip damage. So Grass Knot is going to be able to land. Again, they're not going to be shielding, but we're getting them very low, which is ideal right here. Now, I could swap into Victini to try to catch the charge move, hoping for it to be a Focus Blast, and it is going to be the Focus Blast. So Credilli does go down. We're going to come in with Victini, load up on energy, and I don't think I'm going to be able to farm down right here. I'm going to go ahead and shield the Zap Cannon or Focus Blast, whatever it's going to be. It is going to be Zap Cannon, which now means I don't think I can farm down. Confusions are doing way less, so I'm going to go ahead and throw the V-Create now, which is going to be taking out Registeel. But I am at a shield disadvantage, but thankfully I do have energy advantage. So we're going to go ahead and swap out into the Tangrowth right away, hoping that there isn't a hard counter in the back. Let's see what decides to come out. Pelipper is going to swap out. It's going to be a Diggersby. So this is actually looking pretty good for us because, again, we saw the bulk that Tangrowth here has in the Great League, and Fire Punches, though they do super effective damage, is not going to be enough to one-shot, which means I'm going to be able to put a lot of pressure here with Power Whip, as it will basically one-shot a a Diggersby. So we do get a shield right there, which is great. We're going to desperately try to get to the next one, and we do get to it in time. This is going to put them in a very tough position. Do they shield this charge move, or do they let it go? They decide to let it go. Boom! It goes down, and now Pelipper is going to have to throw the charge move, but they don't. They're committing to the farm down, which gives me a huge opening right here to throw this Rock Slide to force the final shield. And they did decide to CMP tie with Weather Ball, so that is looking beautiful for me. We're going to go ahead and let this go through. Victini's going to close this game out with 2 Confusions to get to the Psychic, and that is going to be a good battle, very well played. So a very close game right there, but we're able to pull it off with our energy management. So good game to my opponent. All right, moving into the next battle. We have Victini on the lead versus Tropius again. So same situation, but this time this Tropius has Razor Leaf, which is definitely a lot better matchup for us as we are resisting that damage, but it still really adds up. So we're going to go ahead and shield this first charge move. I know it's going to be Leaf Blade, but honestly, I need to load up on a lot of energy and look to force 2 shields right here. Now they decide to swap into Poliwrath. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the Psychic now to force a shield from my opponent, and then we will do, I believe, 1 more Confusion, and then swap out into Tangrowth right here to try to catch the charge move. Now, Poliwrath is loaded on energy, so we'll have to see what charge move this is in fact going to be. And it's going to be a Scald that's going to be resisted right there. So I thought for sure it was going to be a Ice Punch or Dynamic Punch, but we do get to the Power Whip in time. So hopefully this can force 2 shields now from my opponent. Nope, they let the Poliwrath go down. That is fine. Tropius is going to come back in, and we now have access to Rock Slide here to do a lot of damage. Now, our attack did fall from Scald, so this won't one-shot the Tropius, but we do force that final shield, which is definitely critical for our Victini and Credilli to close this game out. So Tropius is going to go ahead and throw the charge move. This is Leaf Blade, which it is. We can survive. Can I get to the next Rock Slide, though? No, I cannot. That is very unfortunate. So I'm going to go ahead and come in with Victini, overload a bit on energy, and now throw the V-Create. Get this Tropius out of there, and again, a 1v2 with shield advantage versus whatever they have in the back, and it's going to be a Wigglytuff. So we're going to go ahead and swap into the Credilli as Victini's defense fell because of V-Create, and these Grass Knots here should be enough to close this game out, as it does so much neutral damage in this matchup, and Credilli taking neutral from Charm will be able to tank the fast moves here and get to 1 more Grass Knot, and that is going to be a good game. Now we did CMP tie But that's fine. I do have myself shield advantage right here. So we're going to stop that play rough, throw the Grassnod, and close this game out. So another good game to my opponent. But again, going into the strategy of energy and shield advantage with this team, which is honestly what I love to do in Go Battle League, as you guys have noticed probably from my teams in the past. All right. Moving into the next battle, we have Victini on the lead versus Muck. Okay, so Muck, pure poison type right here. Confusion is going to be very nice for us, but they can apply a lot of pressure with their fast and charge moves, especially if I decide to throw a V-Create. So I'm going to go ahead and shield right here. We're going to load up on energy and see what they decide to do. They're going to go ahead and swap into a Araquanid. So we're going to go ahead and throw a V-Create now to force a shield from our opponent, evening up the shields, and then we're going to come in with Credilli. So we do get the shield. We're going to overload a bit. I try to catch the charge move there on Credilli, but we do get it in fact. So this is hopefully going to be a Bubble Beam, and it is going to be Bubble Beam right there, which is fine. And now we're looking pretty good, as Stone Edge is going to be doing super effective damage, but it's not going to be enough to one-shot right here. So what we're most likely looking in this situation is going to have to come back in with Victini and farm down without giving up any extra shields to our opponent. Now they are deciding to go for the charge move here. If this is Buck Buzz, it's likely going to one-shot us, and it is. So boom, Credilli goes down, but now we can load up with Victini to close this game out. So we're going to go ahead, come in with Victini right here, and farm down with Confusion, but Confusion is just not enough damage. They get to the Bubble Beam in time. That is so unfortunate. One fast move off right there, so we are in fact forced to shield, and let's see what they decide to bring in. It is going to be the Muck again. So we're going to go ahead and throw that V-Create, and then we're going to be swapping into the Tangrowth here, as we do want to clear that debuff on our side. Now the Muck is loading up on energy. We're going to get to this Rock Slide in time. Again, I don't know what's in the back, but I'm hoping energy on Victini is going to be the play. So we do land the Rock Slide there. They are able to get to the charge move. That's likely going to be Dark Pulse, which does quite a bit of neutral damage. And they should be able, and they actually swap into Vigoroth right here, which is very unfortunate for me. I'm going to have to throw this V-Create. Hopefully this does enough neutral damage. It's a V-Create from a Victini. Is it going to do enough? No, it is not. So the Vigoroth is going to be able to get off the Body Slam and close this game out. So good game to my opponent right there. Almost had it, but yeah, very close one. So that was the set today. Again, going 4-1 in this set. Very fun, very strong team. Unconventional Pokemon that maybe you haven't used yet in Go Battle League, and they can really shine in the Great League Remix Cup. Victini, Tangrowth, and Credilli. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.